Okay, so today we're going to walk through how to set your app up the night before the morning of for the entire day. I'm setting mine up for tomorrow with, as you can see, a piece of pumpkin dolce cake I got for my birthday from my mommy. So I want to put in things that I know are going to take up a lot of macros or something that I know I'm going to need to work around. So I start with that. I put that in there. I know I want a piece after dinner. So I'm going to build my meals in my day around that. So I can copy all my day from yesterday because it's the exact same for the most part, and then just make small adjustments. But I'd rather show you how to build it from scratch. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've already started adding stuff in. What I always do if I'm starting a day from scratch or it's been a while since I've tracked and I need to get back into it, I'll just go into my section, my favorites, my custom and favorite foods or things that I've used a lot in my Macros Plus, and I start at the top and I just work my way down. And as I come across something that I know I want or I use all the time, I will select it, add it to the meal, and however much I think I want, knowing that I've been doing this for a while, so I know how much 100 grams is and how much I really want of certain things. So I'll add all that stuff in, and as I'm going through the list, if I see something I haven't had in a while and I want to add it back in, I will do so. So a lot of these things I don't use, but I've used them a couple of times, so they just get stuck in there. But I could probably clean it up and work through this a little bit faster. But you never know. There are some things in there that I have sometimes, and I don't want to have to scan in again. I want to just be able to click on it and add it in. So if I know if I'm going to the grocery store and I want to get some Fairlife ice cream, but it's been a while since I've used it, I don't want to delete it and then have to go get it, scan it, and then adjust off of that. I want to say, tomorrow I want some Fairlife ice cream with my Dolce pumpkin cake. So I'm going to add both of those things in, a reasonable serving size of each, and then build my day around that so that my macros and calories can still be solid and get to where they need to be. And as I'm going through, there are certain things that I use multiple times throughout the day, especially honey. I put honey on a banana with some sun butter before I work out. I use honey in my smoothie, and I use it in dinner. And I'll talk about my dinner recipe here in just a little bit whenever we get to that. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward stuff. Um, Everything that I know I want to have throughout the day, I make sure I put in. So I'm not neglecting anything. I'm not starving myself. I'm not only eating vegetables and boring plain old chicken. I've got a variety. I'm eating the rainbow. I've got a lot of vegetables. I've got a good amount of fruit. This way, I also know that I can make sure that I get enough real protein and I'm not subbing in or supplementing too much. I do use a serving of protein powder in my smoothie, and I do use a Quest bar post workout. Sometimes, not all the time, but lately I have been. I've been liking the change up, and it's kind of like a sweet treat post workout, which is nice. And that obviously adjusts my protein numbers. But talking cost per bar, cost per ounce of meat, I don't know if there's that much of a difference. So it's not necessarily cheaper to eat a protein bar over regular meat. It's probably cheaper to eat more actual protein than protein bars. Um, Most likely it is cheaper. Most definitely it is. But it's also a nice treat. And I want to be able to do that for myself every now and then and not get stuck in the rut of only eating whole foods, I guess you'd say, or just vegetables and meats. So I want to have some fun with it. Sunflower seed butter. Sunflower seed butter. The best. If you've never tried it, I highly suggest it. Um, and then once we get through adding everything in, we'll take a look at the different meals and I can show you what all goes into them. But the idea for me is just I want to break up a lot of my stuff throughout the day. I don't want to eat 500 grams of vegetables for breakfast and then no more throughout the day. I want to have a small amount, or I guess for me it's not that small. For you it's not that small. For me it's reasonable size. But I want to have a couple hundred grams at each meal so it's spread out throughout the day. and I'm not stuck eating a ton of vegetables all at once, because digestion-wise, it's not good. Taste bud-wise, it's not good. And then here you have it, my entire day. And there's dinner: Brussels sprouts, honey, mushrooms, olive oil, and venison steak. That's deer steak. So I do a honey sriracha. There you go. I'm gonna add a little more honey in to make my numbers get a little closer to zero. Remember, it's plus or minus 5 grams. So all my numbers are within the window. My calories are good. And that dinner is legit. Honey sriracha goes on the Brussels and the mushrooms. And if I have salmon, I'll also put it on the salmon. So you got to try that. And then I just pop it in the oven for 30 minutes at 415. Done. Yep, everything's laid out. All my stuff is filled in through the day. You can see my macros are darn near zeroed out. They are within the margin of error. I could add a little bit more chicken to my protein if I wanted to up it just a touch. But for me, that's okay. I'm cool with that. I could add another ounce, but I won't. There you go.